Hi, this is Melanie Ingalls at Lake Washington Institute of Technology eLearning. Today I'm going to show you how to add a discussion forum to your course in Angel. The first thing you need to do is go to angel.lwtc.edu. Again, that's angel.lwtc.edu. Your username is your 885 number and your password is the first 5 letters of your last name if you've never logged in. Enter your username and password and click the Log On button. Now that you're inside of Angel, click on the class where you want to add your discussion forum. Click on your Lessons tab and click on where you want to add your discussion forum. If you want it in this area, then you don't need to click on anything and you can stay here and follow the instructions I'm about to tell you, or click on one of your folders. When you're where you want to be to add your discussion forum, click the Add Content hyperlink. Click on Discussion Forum. Discussion forums can be used for course discussions involving the entire class or teams, private journals. It can also be used as an informal gathering place for students and for other collaborative activities. They can be graded and utilize a scoring rubric, or you can leave them open and not graded. Make sure that your advanced radio button is selected. And then we're on the first tab is the Content tab. In the title space, type the title of your discussion forum. Each discussion forum needs to have a unique name, especially if it's being graded. So I like the naming convention of discussion forum 1, 2, 3, discussion board 1, 2, 3. Your subtitles should actually give more information. So if you're using this as a collaboration space and not grading it, you can kind of explain a little bit of that here, or just type not graded. If you're using it to actually grade, then the subtitle should tell them when their first response is due. In the directions spot, this is where you can give the students instructions on what you want them to do inside the discussion forum, and I would also recommend using a rubric in here. The next tab is the Access tab. User tracking is automatically defaulted to disabled. You want to see either students only or all enrolled users. You can select do not allow users to view this item. This is okay if you're not going to open it up later on in your class. However, I'd suggest using the start and end dates if you need to go in and open this up to the class at some point. Sometimes you forget to uncheck that box and then students can't see it. Right now, this is defaulted as the students can see this discussion forum. You can also just let it be set up for course editors only or team leaders only. Password is available, so if somebody missed an assignment or you want to password protect your discussion forum, then you can put a password on this and give certain people the password to get into this forum. There's also a team access if I had team in my classes and I wanted certain teams to be able to chat and put together a project or a paper or something, then I might set up a discussion forum for each team to collaborate inside of Angel. And this pull down menu would have a list of all the teams and who could be in the discussion forums. To set start and end dates, click on the box next to start or at the end date and use the pull down menus or the calendar to select the dates and the time of when it starts and ends. I like to set a start date but not necessarily an end date. I want students to still see their work even after the week is done. I just don't go back and grade any of the assignments after a certain date. Edit restrictions I would leave as a default. The next tab is post permissions. And at this point, the students are able to, the defaulted, read new post and reply is the default. I sometimes like to uncheck the new post, and I make the first posting in the discussion forum, and the students can reply or read everybody's postings to my reply. They just can't do new posts. That way it's all neatly organized in a thread, especially if I have 2 or 3 discussion topics I want all in one space. The next tab is interaction. There's the mode we cannot change. However, you can change discussion views to a nested or threaded view. Right now it's defaulted to threaded and allow users to switch between views. I'd leave this as is because students are used to it. Now for the maximum instructor rating score, instructors can rate student posts by using a point system. The default maximum rating can be added using this box right here. Allow attachments, automatically defaulted as checked. If you don't want students uploading attachments, and you can uncheck this box, it will save some of the space in your course if students are going to be uploading things. Anonymous posts, right now it's disabled because you're using it as a discussion forum, but if you wanted journal entries to be anonymous, you can pull this menu down and make all posts anonymous. Sometimes you just want to see how students are doing it overall. You don't necessarily need to see the student who's making the posting. New topic posts right now is allowed, the students are allowed to create new topic posts. You can also select that it's just course editors or course administrators. The rest of the options down here, student post edit, enable user profiles, peer rating, show and hide fields. This allows you to set up the discussion forum to how you want it to show up in your class. So right now you're allowing students to edit their existing posts. If you uncheck it, they can't. That you can display user profiles. So if someone has a picture in their Angel profile, this will show up in the discussion forum. You're also enabling peer rating. If you're not going to use a peer rating system, you can uncheck this. You can also uncheck allowing students to edit their existing posts, because if somebody posts after them and they like their answer, they can edit their post. So you can uncheck this so they can't do it. And then there's fields within the discussion forum that you might not ever use, so you can uncheck to not show those. Now there's advanced settings where there's discussion moderation. There is automatically approve all messages, or moderators must approve all messages. Sometimes when I'm asking a question where students might have similar answers, I might just say that moderators approve all messages at the beginning. And tell everyone it posts at least the first response, and then I'll let them go on and talk later on, and change this to automatically approve all messages. It's just how you want to run your discussion. Moderator rights is actually right now set at course editor. You could also set up team leaders and have them have moderator rights and them decide how you're going to run and approve messages, etc. You can also choose specific moderators by selecting this, and you can choose them, the moderators from your course. Team moderations, moderate all teams or specific teams are your options. Task notifications, right now you get notified if there's any unread posts, but you can also get notified if there's any unscored or unapproved posts. Post types, you can set it up as a debate or discussion, and you can also create new post types. You can also change your instructor and moderator colors, so when you post, your color is different than all the students. And right now, reply subject line. So if they're replying, they have to populate their subject or their populated subject line. You can also change it to blank or blank reply if they're rereading, meaning they're responding to somebody. So there's all these different options inside of Angel to let you set up a discussion how you want to use it. The next tab is the Automate tab. This tab we will not be using. It's a very advanced tab, so we'll skip over this. The next tab is Assignment. Right now, the milestone settings are this is a manually marked task type. It's because only the students will know when they've completed their task in a discussion forum, because you might have them do 3 or 4 responses. So you don't want to necessarily have the system say, well, they made 1 response, so they're completed. So always select manually marked if you're going to set a milestone. And then you can set assignment dates and due dates, and all this stuff goes into the calendar. Gradebook settings, as you can see here, my assignment is tied to the gradebook because it has discussion forum 1. If it wasn't, I can click the edit button here. Generally, the title is already filled in with the name of my discussion forum. I would select the category it belongs to, enter the number of points possible, and discussion forums should be last submission, and leaving the course display for the grades as of the default, and then click Save. I would not do this if you're just starting to create all your assignments. No need to do this on an individual basis. If you have not set up your class, do not do gradebook settings at all. Now, if your class is already set up and your gradebook is already set up, and you need to add another discussion forum or add an assessment or add a Dropbox, then you should use this and edit this. Scoring rubrics we're going to skip over because that will be covered in a different tutorial. Now we're all done with all the tabs, so click the Save button to save your changes, and your discussion forum is set up.